Hey, Taking Mel. Sorry, I'm a little 2 minutes late getting my daughter set up. But got an interesting live stream that I wanted to do regarding this whole Sean Reed situation. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't do what it normally does. I want to watch the full video. I want to get people a minute to join. While people join, hey Kay, hey Paula, hey Barbara. While we give people a minute to join, I have some clips to show you. Then we're going to watch the full video. And I actually want to do some call-ins. I have about an hour limit because my daughter, she's here. Thanks, Paula. Appreciate that. But I am going to do some call-ins because I want to hear people's opinions. And I think people should have an open mind, case-by-case situation basis with stories, not just apply a blanket over every story. So the whole story starts out with Sean Reed, right? And we're going to see the video, but basically what this guy, Chris Bailey, said in an interview, which we're going to watch the interview too. Supposedly he was driving reckless in a Toyota Corolla, almost struck another vehicle. They began to pursue him. There was like a high-speed chase. And they fell back after marked cars joined the pursuit and started following him. Allegedly, he was reaching speeds of 90 miles per hour, which we're going to watch the video. You can decide for yourself. They chased him for 10 minutes, but because the speed got dangerous, the officers pulled back. And then what happens is they saw him again. Another officer saw him parked outside of a business. This is according to their story in thegrio.com. After that, the officer engaged him when he started to run. Whole situation happens, right? And so these are the protesters right now. And then we're going to get to the video in a minute. Annalise, what's up? Shelly.
Other people be on space. But you over there to do. They always ride in Chicago. They always ride in San Francisco. They always ride in Philly. They always ride in Baltimore. They always ride in New York.
People are upset. People protesting. There's also some video of the family members, and I'm giving people a minute to join before we actually watch the footage. And like the footage, let's say it's graphic, I guess, depending on your sensitivity, it's up to you, but you don't see him, what happens, but you hear what happens because the phone like drops or something like that. So
Indianapolis,
if you don't want to see that, you can, leave and stuff.
And killing a man as he streamed the series of events on social media, thousands on Facebook Live. Many of them recording the stream before it was taken down. Here's a snippet of what was recorded.
Please go get me. I'm on 62nd in Michigan. I just parked. I'm gone.
Oh, they censored the chat. Well, I didn't censor it in my video.
A police car chasing after him. Minutes later, he gets out of the car and starts running. Now, a short time after that, you hear some gunshots on the recording, and then it ends. We're not showing the end of this Facebook video tonight because it features the end of a man's life, and there's nothing captured on camera. Only gunshots are heard. We're going to continue to hold all parties accountable for how this encounter tonight ended. Here's what police, though, were telling us. They say officers, including the chief of police, Randall Taylor, spotted the man driving recklessly along I-65 near 30th on their way home from work. After a short chase, officers were told to stand down for safety reasons. Then the car was spotted by a different officer near 62nd in Michigan. That's where police say the man parked, got out, and started running. The officer ran after him, and there was a confrontation. Investigators tell us the officer tried using his taser at first, but it is unclear at this hour if it worked. They tell us the man shot at the officer returned fire, killing him.
And we're going to see this in the video. I think what I'm going to do for the video, because I'm trying to avoid issues with these streaming platforms, when we get to the part where you hear the sounds, I think at that point I'll remove the video, but you can just listen because there's nothing to see really, but we can listen, I think. Because what I think happens and what kind of sounds like, and take in mind, we don't know exactly everything that happened, but it sounds like they used a taser. I think you can kind of hear it, and he still keeps running. Like it didn't get him down, it seemed like. and then the shots happen. I think that could be possible. And we're going to talk about some other theories. I mean, I have a file here with pictures and screenshots of interesting stills. And you know, the commentary that some of these officers said too is pretty disgusting. One of them said something about homie his homie has to have a closed casket or something like that, you know, and what that means, and I'm assuming what's that's referencing is that his face. So I'm assuming maybe he got shot in his face, and that's why he said that that thing. And there's other commentary I pulled off for Twitter. You can hear conversations between the officers, which is kind of like, you know, but then there's also stuff too that I don't agree with what this guy said. You know, that's why a lot of not said, but what this guy did. That's why a lot of people don't like me on here too, because I have to look at this with an open mind. Of course, this guy didn't deserve to die, you know, but some of the things he did too, I just kind of wonder, why did he do this? You know, like why, you know.
The officer was not injured. Now, police are telling us the man and officer were the only two involved tonight. Both are African-American men.
What's up,
the
Clarissa?
officer right now
Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it.
Administrative leave. That's standard in these kinds of situations. Police are still at the crime scene. They tell us the information they're sharing tonight could change as this investigation progresses. Tonight, our Mary Mills spoke with frustrated and heartbroken family members.
Here's the family, I think.
Tensions high as people gathered near the intersection where the shooting happened. Among them, several distraught family members.
I know.
Yep. We're going to talk about that.
Have to bury my little brother.
Ms. Joseph.
Jasmine Reed says the man killed was her 21-year-old brother, DaDon.
Oh, he has phone and sweatpants on. Well, I don't know. We're going to see.
A year in the Air Force, splitting his time between Texas and Indianapolis.
Baby. Oh, baby, what's this? Michigan and what? Michigan and what? Ace?
Like thousands of others, she and DaDon's aunt learned of his death on Facebook Live.
He was like, you fell, and then that's all you heard was gunshots when we got here.
When I got here, I went up there, ran through. It was a cop standing right next to me. I think it was him. And I said, you know what's happened, what's going on?
And this is interesting what she says, that he says he doesn't know what happened.
My little brother, he looked me dead in my face and said, I don't know what's going on with him.
The shooting occurred after a short high-speed chase that police say reached
He had two
speeds
cell
of
phones,
90
what
miles
Tarsha
an
said.
hour.
I guess he decided for whatever reason he wanted to do it high speed.
Yeah, but he didn't think that
He
they was
got out
gonna
and
kill
ran.
him.
He didn't think, you know, he's 21 and young, he a little dumb. So he
Indianapolis.
don't always think before he do certain things.
Still, they
What'd you
say
say?
You know, he's 21 and young, he a little dumb. So he don't always think before.
Okay, so at least she can be. You hear what she said? She said he's, you know, 21, like young and dumb. He doesn't always think when he's doing things. You can, anybody that can't say that what he did was like reckless, that was reckless. You know, the driving, I don't know if we're gonna watch the video, but I don't condone that behavior, like getting out of a car and running. You know, with the climate of everything that goes on, I can never sit here and condone that. At least she acknowledges that. And I kind of wonder sometimes too, when I saw this video, it was like, was he doing something for the clout? You know, sometimes when you're on live stream and you get that whole like, you know, you feel empowered. Maybe it's exciting, chasing clout or something. But I don't understand why he got out and started running, or the speed chase supposedly took place. And we're gonna look at some still pictures too, because some people believe that maybe he was carrying something. Where's the image? Let me pull it up for you guys. They think that maybe he did have something in his hand. I mean, I don't know. And I think that if he did, maybe they would have already mentioned it, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you all sides. We're not just one, you know, bringing one side of the story or allegations. They're saying he may have had something on him. Is the picture big enough for you guys to see? Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And we're going to have you guys call in a minute so you can give your thoughts. I don't know. You know, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see something clearly. I don't know what that is. Is that a phone? Is that whatever? That looks like, you know what, to me. I don't know. I don't know. You know?
He do certain things.
Still, they say he was a good person who loved
Cell
his
phone.
family.
Ginger says cell phone.
His smile. He was a ladies' man for sure. The ladies.
Everybody's saying cell phone.
Just to add girls. I got a 2-year-old and she loved her uncle so much.
Their account of what happened different from police. They say DaDon didn't have to die.
So they could have tased my brother, beat him up.
That was like my son.
I could
but
have
it
talked
ain't
to
my
him on the
son.
phone. We could have did video chats.
Mhm.
He could have been behind bars. But now I gotta look at him. He's gonna be in the casket the next time.
Yeah, that's horrible, man.
It shouldn't be like that.
This unfolded so quick.
Mike Epps had some commentary too, and then we're gonna get into the video. It's really short. I mean, maybe who cares what Mike Epps has to say, but you know, right? All right, my bad about that. I got my daughter here with me, so she kind of interrupted for a minute. So okay, so that was Mike Epps, and supposedly too, I wanted to throw in there that he supposedly is in the military too, 21-year-old guy, and I wanted to show you. Let's take a look at some of the little clips, and then we'll watch the full video and we'll watch the police officers thing. But here's a closed casket commentary. This was on Twitter, so you have to listen closely. Make sure the audio is coming through. No, I didn't freeze. Sorry about that, guys. Just my daughter. You hear that? Because I think apparently his phone fell and they didn't realize at the time that it was like recording. Yeah, I have 2 phones on me too. I mean, I have 2, you have 3.
Probably just run after him and then tase him and then. I'm saying that's a good thing to do that. That's a solid fucking thing. Kick it back. So somehow didn't hit the car. What did he tase him? Probably just run after him and then tase him and then. I'm saying that's a good thing to do that.
So what did it say? He probably, they don't know, they're speculating here, but did they say like he shot him and then tased him, or what is?
Kick it back. So somehow didn't hit the car. What did he tase him? Probably just run after him and then tase him and then. I'm saying that's a good thing to do that. That's a solid fucking thing.
Yeah, they're commenting on the whole situation. That's kind of crazy because if you think about it, I don't know if his body's still there, but they're commenting about how, you know, this guy was killed. It's kind of crazy. You know, I don't know if you become numb after a while after being in this kind of business. By the way, before we get to the next clip, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting like or dislike or share, create the engagement, because a lot of my videos are suppressed right now. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, I'd appreciate that. Let's hear this other commentary too. So I think they're talking about that how they believe he was tased already and he kept running. We're not talking about the jogging guy. I might do a video on that. We're talking about this guy here, Sean Reed. So I'm gonna play the video, which I'm sure a lot of people have saw already. Let me turn the volume down. I'm gonna put the number out to call into if you guys want to call. I want to hear some perspective. If you want to call, you can call in. See, right here, he's kind of looking in the back, looking through the rearview mirror. I think he's already noticing that there's one person following him or officer following him. Dr. Foss. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Dr. Foss. Yeah, somebody sent me a video today. He said I'm not pulling over. Let me see.
It's only one right now.
See, there's cops following him. He's aware of it. He's live streaming. You know, it's reckless. But I also, in the time we're in, these are what kids are doing now. This is like the thing. But, you know, I would definitely not recommend anybody do this at all. I think, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What's 504 said? Why are there no sirens? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they were running his plates or something. I don't know. Call in, man, whether you disagree, agree, share your perspective. You know.
I can't answer on this phone.
So he has 2 phones, you see? So there are people saying he has 2 phones or whatever. So he does have 2 phones. We can hear right there. He's on one recording and the other one, you hear the other phone ringing.
Then I grab my cake, keep some on my way.
If the volume's still low, let me know.
Ain't no case, kill 'em, beat the case. I hit 'em with the cake. I hit my lawyer with the case.
Got one caller.
This motherfucker hit 3 bands. Like, that's crazy, yo.
832 hanging for 1 second. Phone's going crazy. 3K. This is the thing too, is like more and more people are following him now. What did he start at? We're at 2 minutes. He started at, well, he's at 2K. People are already watching him. So he's at 3K. It's getting a lot of people watching. No, we're talking about the two phones thing, Siri, because people are speculating that he may have had like a something else on him, like a weapon or something from these screenshots. See this right here. That's where we're bringing up the two phone thing, because some people were saying, oh, maybe it's a weapon that he had in his hand. So, we're just having a discussion about, whether this thing right here you see on the screen, because people are looking at the video, they're dissecting it. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize the banner is blocking. Oops. People are wondering, is that a weapon or not? So we're just having a discussion about it. I don't know. And let's keep watching the video.
Yeah, I can't keep with all the comments. What the fuck? I know.
Oh, you don't have to have another. Oh, okay.
Going on in my life.
Oh, you don't have to have another phone in order for FB to mess. Oh, that's FB Messenger. Oh, that's true, Cher. Thanks.
Almost lost him, y'all.
That's true. So the phone thing is still in question. Oh, that's you, Annalise. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take you in a second.
I thought I had his ass. I thought I was doing good.
I mean, what do you guys think with that picture? Is that a phone or is that a weapon? To me, this part of the clip, that kind of looks like a weapon to me. I don't know what this is. I don't know. But I think if he had a weapon, wouldn't the officers have announced it already to cover themselves? You know what I'm saying? Hang on for me, Annalise. Damn, 40K on his live stream.
Oh yeah! You're not gonna catch me, I know! Oh yeah!
You see?
I'm not going to jail today! No sir! I know!
So what is he doing here? I mean, I don't know how fast he's driving there, but that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I thought it was you. Oh, my bad. I thought that was you.
Oh yeah! You're not gonna catch me, I know! Oh yeah! I'm not going to jail today! No sir! You gotta catch me, baby! I'm not going to jail today!
Young and reckless, man.
I'm not going to jail today! Hey! I'm finna be on motherfucking, what is this? What the fuck is this? This is Michigan? Come on. How the fuck? What street is this? I'm finna park this motherfucker to get the fuck out. On baby, what's this, Michigan and what? Ace? I'm finna park this motherfucker at Ace. On Michigan.
So this was after the alleged supposed high-speed chase or whatever, because he's parking now. I'm thinking this video footage took place after maybe the high-speed chase, because they're alleging there was a high-speed chase and then he parked somewhere and they found him.
Somebody come get my stupid ass. Please come get me. Please go get me. I'm on 62nd in Michigan. I just parked this motherfucker. I'm gone. Please come get me.
I have some other angles of the video or whatever, but
Oh. What you say? Fuck you.
so he was told to get down and he tells him F you. Like I don't know why. I don't understand why he started running. I'm gonna take a call now. I don't know why he started running. I want to leave this portion where the shooting stuff happens a little bit towards the end. let me show you this other video, and then we're gonna. It's hard to differentiate the videos here. Sort by type, and then I'm gonna take this call too. There was a video where they showed no, oops, my bad. Not that.
Go.
There's a video where they show the officer standing over him, one of the officers. Let me take this call, 832. Been holding 5 minutes. 832, what is up?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi. Hi, this is Christy.
Hey, Christy. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Have I talked to you before? There's so many Christys online. Have we spoken before? Or chat or no?
Yeah, we have spoken before. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started my channel.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Yeah. So, my thinking on this is I do think that he probably was like doing some foolish stuff prior to recording the video.
Right.
But I don't, he's not responding like a person that's in a high speed chase or that was just previously in a high speed chase.
Mm.
It just, I don't know, it's just not making sense to me. He does come across as very immature all throughout the video before he, jumps out of the car, whatever. He's talking about, oh, I'm not going to jail today. So you couldn't really tell if he was just like nervous and reacting because a cop was tailing him. Like he talks about like, oh, there's a cop behind me. So he talks about it throughout the video, but he's talking about it in a joking way. It's not like oh, I'm fearful or I just did something, bad or whatever. Like he wasn't talking in a way that the police had a reason to be after him. So my thought would be is that, okay, they probably saw him. They probably said, oh, he looks suspicious. They may have started tailing him and him knowing how cops are when it comes to African-American males. He probably was like, okay, because he was saying he was trying to lose them. So he was trying to, like, you could tell he was trying to deter to make, so he could lose the cop. And then he thinks he does. And then he says one appears again. Then he calls out the streets that he's on. He was like, y'all come and get me. This doesn't sound like somebody that was like 5 or 10 minutes ago in a high speed chase. Like all throughout the video, there's no anxiety. Really, there's no level of aggression. There's no level of like worry. Like all throughout the whole process, he comes across as just very joking, just kind of like he knows what black men go through, but kind of not. He still has a certain level of immaturity about him. So then he says, I'm going to park and I'm going to get out. He gets out the car. But he may have been fleeing because maybe he did have something in the car. Maybe he had some weed or something like that in his car. And he knew if they caught up to him, then, he was going to be in a lot of trouble. But it doesn't mean that he actually did something prior to them just deciding to get behind him. And throughout the video, he's playing his music, but police sirens are loud. I don't hear any police sirens at all. Right. And even to the point where he gets out the car, where are the other cop cars with the sirens? Like even if the person that was tailing him, the other cop cars, where are they? I hear 0 sirens. I couldn't hear clearly what the cop said to him before he said F you.
I'm hearing, he supposedly said get down. And the story that they're telling us, okay, what I've been reading, this is a story they're telling us that he was previously in a high-speed chase, and that I said at the beginning, he almost struck a car, supposedly, and so officers and unmarked cars began following him, which fell back because the speeds reached 90 miles per hour. Then the chase was called off 10 minutes after because it was going so fast. And later, supposedly, this officer that was behind him saw him like parking behind a business, but we saw they were following behind him, one guy. So that's supposedly the story that they're giving to us, that he was being followed after a high-speed chase. I just don't understand why he got up and ran like that. I think he kind of got caught in the hype maybe of the stream.
Right.
I don't know.
But again, it's still hard to say until more information comes out. It's still hard to say if he really did something, though, because again, it's not uncommon for African Americans to be pulled over for no reason at all. So if you're black and you see a cop behind you, you're automatically going to have a certain level of nervousness because you know what happened. So if he saw a cop just coming behind him and he's like, no, let me lose him. Even he seems immature enough that he would try to just keep driving. Like I did gather that much. He does seem like he's very
his sister said it. His own sister said it. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, he seems very immature. So he does seem stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but he just does seem silly enough that, like, if a cop was just tailing him just for no reason, he may have just sped up and just was driving, just trying to get away from them because he just didn't want them to pull him over. Not that he actually did something prior to that. And then maybe he lost them, and then they came back and found him. Because it's just his level of aggression. There's no aggression there really from him. It's just kind of all joking. So to say that they were on a high speed chase behind him, he had a weapon, you know, and one story I think reported that he had hit several parked cars. Well, I mean, when he was driving on live, he wasn't hitting any cars. And if
I
you
don't
look
think
at
that
the
live was the
speed,
whole thing, though. I don't think that 7 minute.
yeah, it probably wasn't.
Right.
I don't know, but
I
we
don't know
won't know
either.
for sure until
Right.
more info comes out. But it just,
I mean, what do you
I
think
don't
about the
know, guys. They
commentary?
usually,
The one officer that said, "Homie is gonna have a closed casket." Did you hear that?
yeah, they were all like, it was as if it was just another day. Like there was no sense of urgency. They were just standing around talking, you know, very cold. Like who says that, right?
Right.
I don't know. That's why I'm very suspicious of their reason for doing that. And again, he didn't appear to, I don't know, of course, we can't see everything, but I don't get the impression that there was a gun pulled, okay? If he just, it seems like he turned off and just like, oh, F you, and he was still trying to like walk away or whatever, trying to get away. And then they just decided to shoot him down. And my thing is, did he produce any weapons? Did he start shooting any shots? Because when he finally is done, you hear like, it's like 12 shots fired.
Right.
And
It's a lot
like,
of shots. We're gonna
well,
listen
it's
to
just
it.
this one guy.
Right.
It's one guy.
Right.
Like, I don't understand. So it's just some things that is not adding up.
Somebody commented to Ginger said he knew his car was hot. That's why he got out his car and we heard him on live. And that's what I was thinking too. Maybe that car wasn't his car or something, you know. But
right, I did say that he does seem immature enough that he would probably, you know, just have some foolish stuff going on.
Right.
But does he come across as like this aggressive, crazy killer? Does he come across as, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I
Does
have
he
to
come
take some
across
other
as this
calls.
aggressive killer? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well,
No.
thanks for sharing your thought. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. Andrea said watch the full 25-minute video. I didn't even know there's a full 25-minute video. There's two other callers. So we're gonna take, there's more people calling in. So we're gonna take some more calls. I have the video of the police officer too, one of the chiefs or whatever, giving his thought on the whole thing. Let me take here who's been waiting. Okay, they both called in at the same time. Let's take 901. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, Ike.
Hey, who's
this is Paula.
Paula,
Little
hey,
Redhead
thanks for
activist.
calling. You're on Facebook and on YouTube, right? Or just Facebook?
Say that again.
You're on Facebook and YouTube, right? Like you have a platform there, right?
I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Where could
everywhere.
they find you?
You can find me on Facebook as Paula Burris. Right now, I'm blocked. I will be unblocked on Barbara Burris, which is my main page on the 27th of May. I also have Dina Burris. I have YouTube, Lil Dreadhead Activist, and Instagram, Lil_Dreadhead Activist.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on all of this stuff going on? And I heard you called. I don't know if it's true. I know you told me, but somebody else told me too that you called during this situation.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Well, I was out hanging out on a sunny day here in Memphis, and I got an inbox saying that that's how I get all my story ideas. I get inboxes. I got an inbox saying that there was a guy dead on the live, and he's live, you know. So we ended the live that I was in, and we ran right in. And the way I do my videos, it is, you know, I don't have a lot of money or whatever, so I just work with what I got. I go live from my phone, and I, you know, show everything on my computer. So we went to this guy's live, and his phone was pointed toward the sky. And I was looking at the comments. People were laughing, you know, talking crazy. There's a lot of, and it was just happening so fast. So me being a nurse, I just had to call for help. I couldn't imagine sitting there, you know, not knowing who just shot this guy, or, you know, not knowing if he was alive or not. So I called 911. Memphis Police Department got on the phone, and then going through the comments, we found out his real name, and it said that he lived in Texas. So they contacted Texas. And then Texas contacted me, and then the police came to my house. So all this was going on, and we were still live. And come to find out, he's in Indiana. So we tried, but come to find out later, it was the police that shot him. So that was that. And so we stayed live for about 4 hours dissecting all of this and taking everything in. And at the end of it, I feel like there was a shootout.
Right.
He had a gun. If you look at the video, there's
Wait, who are we
plenty
talking
other
about? You're
lives
talking about
out there.
you're saying Sean had a gun?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Oof.
Yes, I've already said
What
it.
makes you think
I said
that?
it yesterday. Okay, there's other videos out there that shows it, shell casings flying, and the officer is way back. He shot him. He shot a taser, and the shell casings you can see are coming right up through the video. So if you look at the video, you can see the shell casings flying. If you count the shots, there was way more than 11 or 12.
Yeah.
There was more along the line of 15 to 16.
Okay.
You have to listen. You have to count them. And they're running right back to back, almost over the top of each other. There were so many shots. There was a news conference not long after that stated there was a shootout. And so this is my opinion. I'm sticking to it until I, want to change my damn opinion. Excuse my language. But
right.
But initially we thought that he was shot down initially. And there's still people out there that think that, this was a cold-hearted, cold-blooded shooting by the police. But something in my heart is telling me that this was a shootout. And I could be wrong, but we're going to look at everything that comes out. But just initially, my opinion right now is it states that this was a shootout and that he had a gun. We will be investigating it further.
Well, it says here something kind of interesting. I'm reading from NY Post. Why you bring that up? It says when a cop attempted to fire a taser during the foot pursuit, the driver brandished a firearm and exchanged fire with officers before he was gunned down. This is from the NY Post. So,
and I haven't seen any of that. What my assumption is coming from actually taking the time, scrubbing that video,
right? You told
and
me,
looking. You can
see, I just pulled
see.
this up now.
You can, you can see the shell casings. You can see something that looks like a gun that comes up. You can see that he was tased when he was running.
Right,
goes,
I noticed that too.
F. And yeah, you can hear the taser go off, and then you hear the shots. They are in succession. They are like over the top of each other. You can see the gun casings. So I'm just not gonna disregard what I see until I,
Okay, thanks, Barbara. I appreciate your call.
That absolutely, changes my mind. That's just what I'm thinking. But I am keeping an open mind.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
All right.
If you guys feel differently, call in, man. We gotta have a discussion. Call in if you have a different opinion. There's somebody here calling anonymously, so I'm gonna take the call, but take it with a grain of salt. We don't know. Let's see. Anonymous.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. What's your thoughts on the whole situation? We're live.
Let's see. Okay, so I was like on Facebook watching it, right?
You actually saw the original video?
The original?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen like
you were in the live stream.
Three different videos that was on his thing. So I was I was watching it.
There was 3 videos he had on his page.
Huh?
He had 3 videos on his Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So and then he got the screen recorded ones and all those other ones. So it's just like either the car, right? The car was either hot or it wasn't hot at all. Or was it so because cops just didn't have nothing to do those days and just wanted to take someone down. just to have fun, because cops are just really stupid. They're like really stupid, like really, really dumb. They're really dumb, like they're just stupid. And I just don't understand why did they have to tase him and shoot him at the same time. Like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't
Like they
either to
tased
me.
him. All right, he's down.
Do you believe he had a weapon or
him,
no? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I don't believe he had no weapon. I don't believe he had no weapon. Nope, no weapon there. Because then, if he did have a weapon, I swear to God, he would have shot back. I'm not gonna lie. They chasing a man for what? For what?
Did you hear all the shots going off? So do you think that was one officer shooting at him? Like it was like a bunch of. We're gonna listen to it soon, but did you hear all the shots? You said you saw the videos.
Yep, I saw all the shots going. It was more than one. They talking about he shot his, and then he shot his, and then you gonna say I only shot my gun twice. I didn't hear that go off twice. Twice where? No twice there. No twice. I didn't hear twice. I heard at least 8 to 10 shots go off on him. And then
I heard more shots.
I heard it.
I heard
you
more
heard
shots.
How much?
I heard more shots. We're gonna listen to it
more,
soon.
Right?
No, I had more. I heard probably it was really fast. It sounded like 14, 15 shots or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
to me,
it was quick. It was quick.
It was quick. Yeah. To me, it didn't seem like he was expecting it though, because I heard him say like, "Oh shit!" At one point, I don't think that was a taser or something. I think they tased him and then they shot him. Yeah, and they're saying that he kept running supposedly. I don't know. Some people say 15 shots, 17 shots. All right, I mean, any final thoughts? How about commentary on when one of the police officers, we don't know who, said homie's gonna have a closed casket?
That one made me laugh because you want to know what's so crazy? You want to know what's so crazy? Homie's gonna have a casket, right? But you know what's so crazy? They didn't even know his phone was recorded. They didn't know it was recording.
Right.
Stupid as hell.
Right.
So that's just like you should have went and checked. You seen him running with stuff in his hand. You should have go and checked before you made all those comments. But no, you wanted to make those comments and act cool because you're a cop. You're behind a badge. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You'll see what's coming for you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and calling
You're welcome.
in. All right. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye. That's interesting. I'm gonna take another call. We have some people. Oh, that's it for now. So I have some video. Let's play before. Let me see where we're at in the video here before we get to the shots. 4 minutes. Let me stop this for a second and let's hear what the officer has to say. I'm trying to leave that part for last.
Started and any information.
Oh, the audio's jacked up.
I give you can change as the investigation.
The audio's only playing out of one. You guys in the chat, let me know if you can hear it out of one side. I might have to edit it and fix it.
Progresses. So at around 6 o'clock tonight, we had officers that were driving home from work when a reckless vehicle drove by them on I-65 near 30th Street. The behavior was described as almost hitting another car, driving at in excess of approximately or close to 90 miles an hour is how it's described to me. The officers engaged in a vehicle pursuit for a short period of time at around 6:10 p.m.
Thanks, Said.
Supervisors from the Northwest District terminated the pursuit at approximately 56th and Lafayette based on the behavior of the...
And by the way, I'm playing this not to say that this is what it is. Yeah, cops do lie. This can be lie. But I just want you to hear their side of the story and what they're saying, because it's important to hear what they're alleging and saying. And, of course, the video recording, too.
The driver and the fact that the speed of it approaching that intersection. The officers terminated that pursuit and turned the lights off and drove at normal speeds and normal driving behavior. A short time later, one of the Northwest District officers observed the car.
Somebody called in.
Okay. I believe it was eastbound on 62nd Street, and the car pulled in behind this Ace Key Lot building right there. At that point, the officer got out of the car. The suspect took off on foot. There was a foot chase that ended just a short distance across the street over there. What we know across the street over there was a confrontation between the officer and the suspect. It appears at one point the suspect tried to utilize his taser. Whether it was effective or not, I don't know.
Wait, did it say the suspect?
The suspect took off on foot. There was a foot chase that ended just a short distance across the street over there. What we know across the street over there was a confrontation between the officer and the suspect. It appears at one point the suspect tried to utilized his taser.
What does he mean that your suspect tried to utilize his taser? Did he misspeak there? What the hell does that mean? Right? Did the guy have a taser? Is that what they're trying to say? Is that what we're not getting with the story? That are they saying that Sean had a taser? Huh? Confused now.
Street over there. What we know across the street over there, there was a confrontation between the
Am I hearing this
officer and
wrong?
the suspect. It appears at one point the suspect tried to utilize his taser. Whether it was effective or not, I don't know.
This is the first time I'm seeing this video. Like, what is he talking about?
Shots were fired. It is believed at this time that shots were fired by both the officer and the suspect firing at the officer, and then return fire from the...
Okay, so they're stating that there was a fire exchange supposedly, but that whole taser part doesn't make sense to me. Does that even make sense? So what, this guy was carrying a gun and a taser? Or he misspoke? I was like, what? And he's with the phone too.
Shots fired at the officer with return fire by the officer. The person who is being chased is deceased on the scene. The officer is uninjured at this time. The officer and the suspect were the only ones there at the time this occurred. Right now, the critical incident response team is
314, hang for me.
This incident, and that is the quick summary of what I know at this point. Like I said, is the things I think is what we believe occurred at this point. As the crime lab processes the scene and evidence is recovered, we'll be able to know for sure exactly, well, not exactly, but more information about the information I just provided you here. I'll take some questions. I may not be able to answer the questions that you have.
Let's see what they ask.
Just based on what we're hearing up there, races of the suspect and the officer.
The suspect is a black male. The officer is a black male.
Oh, it's a black officer? What? I didn't know that. Is that true?
I'll take some questions. I may not be able to answer the questions that you have.
I thought it was a white officer.
Just based on what we're hearing up there, races of the suspect and the officer.
The suspect is a black male.
Oh.
The officer is a black male.
That.
So you said he fired a taser first?
I don't know the progression of it, but based on the evidence that's on the scene, the taser was utilized in some capacity.
From the officer? You said
the taser was used. I'm sorry if I said that. I apologize.
Oh, he misspoke. Is that what it is?
The officer is a black male.
So you said he fired a taser first?
I don't know the progression of it, but based on the evidence that's on the scene, the taser was utilized in some capacity.
From the officer? You said
the taser was used. I'm sorry if I said that. I apologize.
I'm
sorry. No, suspect didn't have a taser. The officer. I'm sorry if I said the officer.
You might want to get that correct.
His taser
Jesus Christ!
has been deployed.
You're on national TV. Get this shit right.
And it was a gun recovered from the suspect.
There is a gun near the suspect. Yes, that does not belong to the officer. The suspect did have a gun over there.
So when somebody is driving, Chief Bailey, when do you guys start pursuing them? Pick up like a pursuit?
Well, it just depends. I mean, the officer always has discretion whether he's going to address the driving behavior or not. But the driving behavior was as such that the officer felt like it needed to be addressed. So attempted to make a traffic stop. The person driving the car didn't stop the vehicle, and that's what started the vehicle chase.
That chase on foot, did the suspect stop? Is that how that happened?
Yeah, the pursuit was terminated. Supervisors at the pursuit started about 6:01. At 6:10, Northwest District supervisors terminated the pursuit. Officers turned off their equipment, started driving at normal, and there was no more pursuit at that point. The officer called out officer involved shooting at 6:16 approximately. So 6 minutes after the pursuit was terminated, that's when the officer called out the officer involved shooting. And there was no more vehicle chase. It was a foot chase at that point. The officer saw the car again. The car had stopped. The suspect got out and ran. The officer gave chase. Anything else?
As far as what you were talking there about a video posted on Facebook, is that something he's aware of?
Yeah, we were made aware that there was a video that was posted on Facebook. Though the officers and the detectives have done their due diligence in preserving that evidence through the proper legal channels, and if it's associated, if there's information on it that's appropriate for the investigation, they'll utilize it. Yes.
What's next?
Let me take this other caller.
We'll be out here for a little while. The crime lab's process.
That's why it's important too, man. I talk a lot sometimes about censorship and big tech and all this stuff, and they don't want us to have these kind of discussions. They want to control everything. I think I'm lagging, but it's really important to let the public, have a platform too to talk and record and all this other stuff too, because I mean, if not, they can control what we see and how everything's told. 314, taking the call now. Or I'm trying to. I think I'm frozen here. There we go. 314. Hey, can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How you doing? Who is this?
This is Erica from St. Louis.
Erica, how you doing? Thanks for calling in. What's your thoughts on this whole situation and the video and everything going on?
Well, I've seen a few different videos now. There was a shorter one where it started when he was asking someone to come get him right before he jumped out of the car. And it continued, with the foot chase and the shot, the taser, and then the shots. And then there was the video with them riding in the car before they started following him. So I'm not sure. It's just, it's crazy. I'm not sure if he had a gun. When I watched both videos a few times, I didn't really see him have a gun. But my thing is, he seemed like he was like really scared. You can hear it in the tone of his voice. So you would think that if someone had a gun, why wouldn't they get out of the car shooting? You know what I mean? If they were that scared for their life, as he seemed like he was. And I mean, how do you, I don't know, just with him trying to record and run and shoot, that just doesn't seem plausible to me. So I really don't think that he had a gun, and I don't think that it was warranted for him to get shot that many times, even after he was tased, because after you hear the taser, you can see him from the video going down. So
right.
I
don't think if he didn't have any weapon, I don't think that he should have been shot like that if he didn't have a weapon. I guess we're gonna, because we're almost done with the stream. We're gonna listen to the shots and the sequence of events with, I guess, the audio part of it, because he seemed kind of surprised to me when he got hit with the taser. He was like, "Oh shit!" But like, it almost seems like he kind of maybe kept running. It seems like, and then you just hear this exchange of fire. So I really don't know, man. But I definitely, I don't condone this kind of behavior. I mean, it's horrible this guy died, but I definitely, if you get stopped, just pull over, man. Just take the L. I've seen so many stories, so many incidents. But people can always make the argument, even when you stop, you get shot. People can make that too.
I mean, it could have went the same way. Either he could have stopped and still got shot, or he could have just got pulled over and went to jail. We'll never know.
Right.
I mean, this type of shit just gives you anxiety, because the same day that this happened, which was yesterday, another white guy shot a black man in a road rage incident. And then yesterday we also got the video of Ahmaud Arbery. So it's just a lot to take in.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. I might need to cover that. Right.
Yeah, it's just a lot going on in it. Yeah, even as a black female, it's stories with black females. I just get anxiety. Even if I have my insurance and everything is up to date, I still get anxiety when I get pulled over. Even though I know I'm just going to possibly get a ticket, it's crazy.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
What street is it?
Appreciate you sharing your thoughts on that. We're going to watch, I guess, the remainder of this. No problem. We got another caller too. Take care.
All right. You also,
Thanks. I had a couple of incidents. I mean, I want to keep it short, but like, I've had it where cops pull behind me, no lights or nothing. And, like, you're just thinking they're running your plates. That shit makes me nervous as hell. Just behind you, just following you. That brings on a whole paranoia. I was pulled over one time for speeding, but I had the music loud. And when they pulled me over, I turned down the music, and the officer told me like, "Oh, thank you." Like, he actually respected that I turned down the music. That should be a given, turn down your music if you're being pulled over. But then I also had this incident one time where I was leaving this apartment complex that I was in, and apparently there was like a crime scene outside, right on the road where you pull out. And apparently this guy had got into a motorcycle accident. Somebody hit him, left the scene, and like his body was like dragged supposedly across the whole road is blocked. So I'm leaving to go to work, and this is when I worked in the hospital. I'm leaving to go to work, and I see one side blocked off, but I don't see the other side blocked off, and I have no idea what's going on. So I just start to pull out, and this officer, like he starts like moving really fast to me and towards me while I'm in my car, and he has his hand on his gun, and I'm like, oh snap, like what the hell? And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, yo, I'm trying to go to work. I don't care what you're doing. Get back in there. The dude was like on something. I was like, okay, I work in the hospital. My bad. Even if I work in a hospital, I can't go. I don't care. And there was only one exit to the complex. So I was like, yo, this dude is turned up. Relax. I had to like soft talk and be like, all right, I'm going back. Sorry. I was like, Jesus Christ. Let me take the call at 301. 301. You're on. Hey, who's this? Who's calling?
Hello, how
Hi.
are you?
Nice voice.
Hi.
Good. How you doing?
Thanks. So, I'm seeing that, I actually been watching this video ever since I woke up this morning, saying, it was all over the internet and Instagram and everything, Facebook, and I wanted to do my own little investigation.
Right.
Not saying that it's justifiable at all. It was not. The police said that, how they were chasing after him and stopped. And in his live video, in Sean's video, you see he gets away because, apparently the police did stop, and that's why I
So you
believe
did
he
see
got
that.
out trying to run and,
Okay.
toss whatever he had because he looked real scared, I don't want to say he had a gun. I don't know. It seemed as if he did, but I don't know, So that's my only take on the whole situation right now.
All right. Thanks.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's
And,
unfortunate.
it really is. It really is.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
So let me show this video. Let's take a look at this. There's like an edited version somebody had, but you can see the officer standing over him, which I thought was kind of creepy. We'll leave this for the end here. Edited.
What street is this?
This part here, they took out the shots. I don't know why they did that. You got to watch out with these videos too. People can easily edit things out. So
I'm finna park this motherfucker to get the fuck out. Oh baby, what's this? Michigan and what? Michigan and what? Ace? I'm finna park this motherfucker at Ace. On 62nd in Michigan. Somebody come get my stuff.
I mean, I think he does have another phone though, because he's recording with one, and this looks like another phone on his lap. So that you could try to say maybe that's the phone.
Somebody come get my stupid ass.
It looks like it might be two phones.
Please come get me. Please come get me. Please go get me. I'm on 62nd in Michigan. I just parked this motherfucker. I'm gone. This motherfucker in Michigan.
I'm just kind of curious about the details. Sometimes you got to look, pause the video, see little details. Is he driving with somebody else? What is that? No, it's not.
I'm on 62nd.
Oh, that's his own legs. My bad. I'm
In
tripping.
Michigan. I just parked this motherfucker. I'm gone. Please come get me. Oh. What you say?
So
fuck you.
He said I think he said get down. He said F you. Let me play the other video. Actually, let me skip ahead. I don't want to show like anything. Oh, I just already did. I'll have to edit it out. But this is edited because I don't know. I mean, unless he ran up to him. Watch this. Oh, this is the portion where I guess he ends the stream or something. I don't know what this is. Somebody might have to tell me. Let me watch the full video.
Please go get me.
Here we can hear all the shots. If anybody wants to call in, I actually have to end the stream here in a minute, so.
What you say?
I have an hour limit today. Oh, this is blocked with this. That's why.
Fuck you.
That sounded right there. So that sound right there, to me, that sounds like a taser.
Fuck Fuck you.
Yeah, you see? He's like, get down, fuck you. And you hear like, zzz, and he's getting shocked right there.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he gets shot with the taser. I mean, he seems affected. I don't know if he stopped and fell. Okay, so well, I guess it doesn't matter. You can't really see anything here. We could try to count the shots. See if I can minimize this. I think what happened is he dropped the phone at one point, and maybe he kept running. I mean, it's hard to say.
What you say?
Somebody try to count if they can. I'm trying to count it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he dropped the phone because when he says "f you" and you hear the like tase thing, you hear something sliding on the floor, like on concrete. I've dropped my phone so many times and broken it. Sounds like the phone skid on the floor, maybe, or one of his phones, or something skid on the floor.
Fuck you.
Yeah, something fell and slid. It might have been the phone that we're looking at right now. Or maybe it's not that many shots as I thought. Maybe like 11 or 12 shots. You hear 15, 17? I heard like 11 or 12. Let's take 901. 901, what is your thoughts?
Hey.
Hey, thanks for
Hey,
joining.
this is Barbara.
Hey, welcome back. Hey.
Hey, I'm looking at that, and that it does matter. You need to look at the videos. Everybody needs to look at the video when the shots are going off. Look really close. You can see.
Oh, the shell casings. Oh,
flying
that is a good point. I didn't think about that.
from Sean's gun.
Hold on.
They look very close. Swipe the comments. Swipe the comments. Yeah, swipe whatever you can.
Oh, is that?
You can see shell casings. He's shooting back.
That's interesting.
All right, that's my take.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I didn't even think about that. That is very interesting.
Yes,
no problem. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Barbara. That's a really interesting point she brought up. Let me make it big for you guys. Maybe you can't see it. Those are shell casings right there. Yeah. I mean, you think that's from the officer? It looks like it could have been from Sean, man. That shell casing is popping off. FedEx. I mean, I don't know how the trajectory of shell casings work. Maybe somebody could tell me. I don't know how the trajectory works of shell casings. That's an important thing too.
Fuck you.
Miss, I want to watch your channel. The officer was close. You can't tase someone that far. Yo, I don't know, because you know what's kind of hard to say? Because we got to think about the angle that this phone is in. It's facing up to the sky. And that almost looks like a bullet in the air. Or a shell casing, I don't know. But over here, so we can see.
Fuck you.
I don't know, dude. I'm not an expert at this stuff. I can't tell. Somebody says looks like dirt flying. Yeah, I don't know what that is, dude. shell casings, bullets flying. Can you actually catch a bullet on camera, like in a still like that? Is it going so fast that it shouldn't be able to pick it up? I mean, look at the direction it's going, though. I guess we're seeing bullets and shell casings. That looks like gunfire to me almost, too. I don't know, man. Anybody know about this? Anybody want to call in before we end the show? 901, let me take another call. 901, what's up?
What's up? It's your boy Chris Thorne. So, brother, how you doing?
Oh, Thorne, what's up, man? Chris, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing fine. How you doing, brother? It's been a while, man.
Good,
How's
yeah.
everything going with you, my guy?
Not bad, man. I mean, given the whole global situation, but I'm doing okay. What is your thoughts on this situation?
I just came into your live. And I heard about it. I had somebody send it to me, so I haven't gave my analysis on it yet. So what I just did, since I called you live, man, I'll just call in and give you a shout out, man. I'll take a look at it later and get my thoughts on it later.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate
I was sitting in the car watching you, man. All right,
cool.
take care, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate the support. All right, man. Take care.
All right.
All right. So yeah, it's really hard to say, man, because we don't know the trajectory of this stuff. I don't know how this shell casing stuff works. If we can even catch a bullet on camera, that's another thing. On a phone camera, thinking about the frame rates of something that's recording, right? I mean, I don't know. I think we might be saying bullets and shell casings, but it looks like the trajectory. You see how the thing is going up like this? It would be like the officer's shooting towards Sean, right? Because it goes towards the sky. I'm just gonna. Is it? Yeah, you see how this one's up here like this? This looks almost like a bullet. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know if you could catch a bullet like that on camera like that. Probably not. I wouldn't think. Bullet flies so fast. Has to be shell casings, right? Anybody else want to call with a thought? Oh, we got somebody else. 317. 317, what's up? Who is this?
But he got shot in the back, though.
Right. We think so. I mean, unless he was turning around, but yeah, we think he got shot in the back, right?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the whole situation?
They say, like, he had a gun, but he was running from the police and he got shot in the back. And then the police said he only shot 2 times. And then how you was not dead if you only shot 2 times?
Thank you, Felicia. Right. Do you think he had a weapon or no?
No.
What do you think about the commentary where the officer said you're going to have a closed casket, homie? Nobody has spicy.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. All right.
That's
Well,
just like rude. Like, why would you say that?
dude, yeah, no, that's messed up. But you know what, too, talking about that, I've known nurses that will let's say somebody's in a code, like somebody's dying, somebody's in a cardiac arrest. I've heard nurses that sometimes they joke around while the person's literally dying and they're doing like CPR. They'll be throwing jokes around, like if it's an elderly patient. I've heard of stories like that. I used to work in a hospital, so I don't know if it's like that's one of those things that these people, once they get into a certain field, they just become like so numb and used to it. Maybe your mentality has to like adjust to the kind of stuff that you do. But yeah, it's a horrible comment to say. Any other thoughts, man? Or
Nah.
all right, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. All right. Sound like a weird person, but I don't know, man. It's got to be shell casing then, I guess. Somebody said you can't see a bullet on camera. And then there's like a mute broadcast interrupted. You know what's funny to me? Not really funny, but just thinking about the whole monetization thing and YouTube and how they like taking down people's live streams and all kinds of stuff. Like you can catch a whole shooting on video, right? You can catch that on live, no problem. But these people, anytime you want to talk about something, they're shutting your video down and doing all kinds of stuff. You can catch a whole murder on live stream.
Oh my God.
God forbid you have a serious discussion or any serious topics that people censor you.
Fucking God.
So I wonder who's saying that. Is that the cop that's saying that?
Oh my fucking God. The church parking lot over here. Look like right where you are.
Or maybe that's just witnesses.
Hey, Sarge wants you.
Oh, they took your Fosse video down. We got a caller that just called in. Before I take this caller, and I'll get back to this video. 5 minutes 30 seconds. I gotta end this soon here too. For the people that didn't hear the audio. Closed casket, homie. 17,000 people watching. That's what gets views. That's what people know. They have to do crazy stuff because it's going to get views. 720, let me take you in. 720, how you doing? Where are you calling
Hey,
from?
I'm doing all right. It's CJ Jones from Denver, Colorado.
Hey, thanks for calling, man. What's your thoughts on all this situation?
Oh man, it's kind of crazy, man. I've been doing a little research on it. So I guess he was a veteran, and he goes by DaDon. You know, so I guess he's been doing this thing for a little while, and I guess his military background. You know, a lot of them come back desensitized. So you know, he's just doing his thing. You know, just out there wilding, pretty much. You know, just to say it the least. But yeah, at the moment where he kind of is shirtless, and then you know he gets to you know his moment of death, he decides to go in the car. He grabs both his phones and his shirt. There's one of the people that were actually on the live chat during the situation actually ends up driving to the location that he speaks of before, and they actually witnessing the last few shots in the situation that occurs. And that person directly spoke out and said, yeah, he saw him running, holding his shirt with his phone. So that was clear. And then, I mean, the situation with the phone falling and you actually seeing the casings going across the screen is kind of interesting. Because at that point, he was so close with the officer when he got tased that when he had dropped the phone, he cursed out, and you know, the phone falls within the radius of the officer shooting. You can actually see that later in the actual raw footage. The officer realizes that it was on live, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Oh, that's
so he
why
runs
I said
off.
that.
Yeah, so he runs off, but the footage that you have is actually edited. It's already edited. And
thank you. Okay.
yeah, so they actually go back, and you can actually hear several officers now, and they actually start plotting about getting their story straight.
Wow, I'm gonna have to get the raw footage,
Yeah.
man. If anybody
And
has the raw
music is
footage,
still
send it to me.
playing.
Okay.
All right. Definitely. Yeah, you can hear the rap music still playing all the while. I mean, like, the phone is like laying in the grass for a good 30, 45 minutes. And that's what a lot of you are not seeing right now. So it's really interesting. I mean, because they edit the footage, so the only thing you see is the detective after the fact of, you know, them making their reports and getting their stories straight and things like that. And then you get that cut over to the officer that's saying, "Oh, it looks like a closed casket, homie." You know what I'm saying? So that was an edited piece from the other viewers that actually were also live with them.
Okay, yeah,
So,
that piece is
I
edited for
mean,
sure, right? But even the 7-minute video
definitely.
I'm watching is not the full video, right? Because I heard the actual video is like 20
No.
minutes or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So so you definitely, this was like a murder, right? Like you don't believe he had a weapon, and you know, this guy just killed him. I wonder why. Why do you think he was running? Like, why do you think? I mean, I guess we're just speculating, but why was Sean running?
I mean, at this point, you know, he was well aware of the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it wasn't unusual for him to be a troublemaker, so to say. I mean, I hate that is the situation, but you know, at this point, you know, he had already kind of felt it in his spirit that it wasn't going to turn out well for him, and that's why he apologized to his mom beforehand.
Oh, he did.
And you know, he was laughing about it all because you know it was just you know, at these point in times, you know, these younger generations, they find a lot of things entertaining that
Right.
It's not good. And then, you know, with everything we got going on with the whole, you know, at being African American, we're still singing the same song from pretty much 400 years ago. You know, we're still pleading for rights and, you know, justice, and, you know, it's crazy. And, you
Let
know,
me
it's
ask you
just
a
sad to say
question.
that, you know.
Let me ask you a
Go
question.
ahead.
And enough on this. In your opinion, for African Americans or Black or however people want to identify as, where is the best place for them to live, or the best country? I mean, is it America or is there another country? I'm just kind of curious as far as that thought.
I'm glad you asked that actually.
Mm.
Originally I was born in Oklahoma, so I got a lot of roots with Tulsa and Black Wall Street, so I'm really connected with my culture. To be honest, I mean, it seems to be everywhere but America is best
Really?
for for the Africans. Yes, I
Okay.
mean, honestly, I mean, the only reason why that is because the Constitution needs to be updated, so to say, because I mean, we're still classified as property. And that's the reason why they're still getting away with what they're getting away with. And then we still don't even have a nation. We don't even have a flag that we're identified as because the term black is an object. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like we have an entire process that we have to go through to really have our stake here in America. But until then, I mean, we're only acknowledged to a certain extent.
So do you think that if there's other better places, should African Americans leave? Or, I mean, you could also say that African Americans have a stake, right? Because they've been here from the beginning. A lot of people
Well,
say things are built up
definitely,
to
definitely,
help, but
definitely. We
is the
definitely
answer
have
to
stake. I
leave
mean,
or the answer to stay here and, I don't know, you know?
no, we definitely. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely staying. That's for certain. I mean, every time whenever we step out and we claim our own, look at history. Look at what happens. I mean, we get FBI, we get CIA involved into us. I mean, we get extreme measures placed on us. Everyone focuses on the Jewish Holocaust, but no one ever questions about the African Holocaust, which was damn near triple the amount of deaths of the Jewish. You see what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
didn't
So
know that.
every time we go out and we prove that we can earn our own right to be here, our very position to be here, they take it from us. And that was the big deal with Black Wall Street. We had our own, but
Okay.
they weren't happy with that. So they took it
Right.
from us. You see what I'm saying?
Right. All right, man.
So
Well,
now
thank
we're
you.
rebuilding.
All right. All right, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts on that.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take care, man.
Thank you too.
All right.
You too.
Bye. I think we have one more caller. I might have time for one more caller and maybe the rest of the video because we got to get out of here soon. My daughter, I'm already past my limit. 507. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Minnesota.
Hi. And who is this?
And
Or what do you?
my name's Kent.
Cam. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I just actually found the story when I was doing a YouTube search, and have been trying to find out as much as I can about it. I looked at another site too, and they talked about how some people actually recorded footage as it was occurring.
Okay.
And they made it sound like that's going to go to the police so that the police can view it and try to distinguish what happened. But here's the question that I want to ask. What were they originally pursuing him for?
That's a good question. I mean, from the reports that were being told and from what I saw online, they're saying that officers observed the man recklessly driving in a gray Toyota Corolla. He almost struck another vehicle, and this started like a chase, supposedly. And officers began in the car, unmarked vehicles. They fell back after the car, unmarked cars joined, and supposedly there was some sort of high-speed chase that happened. That's what they're alleging. And then they backed off after 10 minutes of because things got dangerous. And then supposedly another officer saw him outside of a business or something, and that's when he went and parked. Supposedly something like that is what they're telling us.
Okay, because on the other site that I looked at, they talked about some guy named Turner and how this guy posted something that said he's glad he was dead. And I wonder where this Turner played into everything too.
Yeah, I have no idea about Turner. I haven't heard of that.
Okay. This is crazy, man.
Do you think the guy had a weapon on him or not, or you don't know, or you think it's just
from everything I have been hearing, I do not think he had a weapon on him.
Okay. And I mean, the whole, I mean, as far as him getting out and running, what do you believe about that? Like, or I mean, do you believe too? Because we, you know, they're saying he got tased and shot. Like, um, I mean, first of all, as far as
If he,
the chase, like, why would he run out? I mean, I guess nobody can really tell. How are we supposed to tell why would he get out and run like that?
I think because a lot of us have been programmed to fear the cops.
Right. I mean,
You
there's been
know, our
stories of
first
people
reaction.
being tased and they're down and
Yeah.
officers still shoot them. I did a story on that a while back, and it's just crazy. I wonder if like when you get into that mode of like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this person and whatever, that you just don't disengage. Like you just, I don't know if they're trained to like just, you know, kill. I mean, to me, in my opinion, this guy was like being reckless, right? He was being young and reckless. His own sister said it, you know, but did it have to go down the way it went down? You know,
Yeah. Young and reckless is entirely different than being shot down.
right. I mean, I was pretty reckless myself too. I mean, I've never run from cops, though. I would never think to do it, but maybe it's a whole different state of mind for some people as far as when you get pulled over.
I mean,
I think the internet thing, I think him live streaming, I think that kind of encouraged him too in a way. I mean, I'm thinking just from a young perspective where you have 3,000 people watching you kind of thing. I think that might have had something to do with
yeah.
it too. I don't know.
But what a way to get your 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
And they say we all get our 15 minutes, but I just gotta tell you, man, though, that my own experience with the cops, I'm white. And this was last year in Minnesota, where I got pulled over in my truck because I turned on my signal light too late. And when the cop pulled me over, I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And when he pulled me over, he only saw the passenger, that the friend of mine that was in the truck with me, and it's a black guy. And I told him after the cop left, if we would have both been black, I'm sure this would have gone down entirely different.
You think so?
I really do. I
All
think,
right.
yeah. So I think, I don't know. I think cops all over are just, they profile first and ask questions.
You think it's
later.
all cops? Are you going to generalize and say it's all cops? Or you think it's some cops, a majority of cops? What?
I think it's the majority of cops. And I think the majority of cops aren't even doing it intentional. I think they've been programmed to, not even realize they're doing it.
And what's the solution? Do you think there is any kind of solution? Is it just training like we've been talking about all these years? Some people say they want to get rid of cops. Like, do you think cops should get rid of cops? Or, I mean, what is the end game to this?
Personal opinion, after finding out a bunch of history about the Black Panthers and what they really stood for, we need more of our own community groups like that are going to be responsible for the community and take action when the cops get out of hand.
What kind of action are you talking about?
From what I've been reading about the original Black Panther movement, it was open to primarily the African American community, but it was open to other people who were supporting equal rights causes and programs to help families and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how they got the rap they did.
I think I don't know too much about it. I mean, I've always heard of them. I've never done the research, so I don't want to speak too much on them. I don't know, but I thought it, like I thought it started out as a well-intentioned thing, and it just kind of turned out to things happening and things got worse, maybe, or something like that, But I think it started out good intentions.
That's exactly my understanding of it too. So that's why I don't know. I just feel like that there has to be some form of communication between I don't know, those of us who realize we're all just people.
Right.
Fairness, justice. There's not
man.
a lot of justice, I don't think, right now.
Right. Well, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate your thoughts and all that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for letting me know what's going on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. Make sure you guys subscribe or hit like or share the video or something, because YouTube be suppressing my videos. I remember one time a long time ago, I have a couple of stories. One time I was driving with my friend Kenny. Kenny passed away, had sickle cell, died really young. But we were driving, I was driving the car, and I had just gotten new tints on the windows. And I turned the corner, and we had just happened to get into this thing where they're just stopping cars and doing sobriety checks. Luckily I wasn't doing anything or drinking or whatever. But we get up there, and I didn't do nothing wrong, right? I wasn't thinking about anything, but when I saw the cops, all of a sudden I just got nervous. I was like, and this was when I was younger. I was like, oh man, should I turn? And there was nothing in the car. I was nothing, none of us, nothing drinking, nothing. But just seeing the cops was kind of like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? But I decided just to stay on there. We got up to the they were waving cars past, but they saw my car and they're like, maybe pull over. I pulled over, and because I just got in the tents, I couldn't wind the windows down. So I had to open the door. And just opening the door could be a dangerous situation too. You know what I'm saying? If people don't want you to, let me drop this call. You stayed on. If an officer is feeling kind of hyper and stuff, and he sees you opening the door when you pull him over, they might not like that. Drop call. But he was cool. He talked to us, and he was like, are your tents legal? And I was like, yeah, they're legal, because I got the darkest legal. So he ran like this red light through the window to test it, and it was fine. And then he just let us go. But I can understand somewhat. I definitely wouldn't encourage people just to hop out of cars and start running. Really unfortunate what happened to this guy. Let me see if I'm supposed to get out of here. I think it's the last portion of this video.
Oh, fuck!
Oh Jesus, Booker. He shot overseas in honor of the uniform. That's kind of crazy. I think it's kind of really important to have these discussions too, especially for the young people, man, because now the way social media is, it's like much more intense than it used to be. And it's like you have to do the craziest thing, to get the attention of people. He really should have just pulled over. I mean, I don't know what the outcome would have been, and this guy tasing him and shooting him. I mean, we'll have to wait and see for more information to come out before we really kind of make a judgment. When I first saw this video, though, it looked like he had just been shot in the back while running after tasing. But when we saw the couple of stuff, which if you didn't see those portions of the video, then you're going to have to go back. But it seemed like he was tased and then kept running, and the guy shot him. The officers are claiming there was a fire exchange. I don't know if there is. Maybe if they get the witnesses, and maybe if there's other video, maybe they can bring that into question. And this was that all. Let me see.
Started and any information there's I don't think there's a lot of officer statements to take out here today, so we'll be out here for a couple more hours. The officer will be placed on administrative leave, like they always are, in these situations.
Administrative leave.
But only the officer and the suspect witness this whole thing, you said?
As far as I know right now, unless there's something that
I heard that it was actually the black officer who said that he was shot by a black guy. If you guys didn't know, we talked about that in the live stream too. I was told that it was the black guy that said that, so I don't know.
Detectives are.
I think sometimes too, to be honest, and I know people don't like when I say that. Sometimes we have to be careful about associating every story with just skin color, because sometimes it takes away from looking at the facts and details of a story. I mean, you can play that into it if you want to, but we're talking about a black officer that shot a black guy. But then people can say a cop is a cop no matter what skin color, if you feel like that.
Only two people that were there were the officer and the suspect.
I don't think they're all bad though. I've never had that feeling. I think there's some.
Anything else?
And
thank you.
I think a lot of times too, some of these people are on stuff like steroids and who knows what else. And I think once you get into that adrenaline running, Also, I think
Oh yeah.
a lot of people hate cops, so I think a lot of times they feel like they're in some sort of like it's us against the world kind of thing. So they have to look out for each other. You know, people hate them and all this kind of stuff. So it creates this weird just thing, I think. You know, when I first saw the video, I thought he was driving a stolen car. I thought that too, honestly. When I saw the way he was acting, I thought maybe it was a stolen vehicle. You know, and who knows if it was or not. You know, what world are you living in? We're living in the same world, but maybe different realities or dimensions. You know, who knows? We're living in a world that we can all watch a video. This video wasn't clear though, but we could all watch a video and have different thoughts and opinions on what happened. You know, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for joining, man. Share the video, hit like, subscribe, or don't. And we'll be following the story. Take care of yourselves. Peace, man. And definitely, you know, if you get stopped, I would say, especially to the young people, just pull over, man. Take the L. You know what I'm saying? You know, hopefully things turn out. I think recording is a good idea. Like people should probably have a camera and record some certain situations with police officers because you never know what they're gonna say. But definitely, man, I wouldn't encourage this to the young people. You know, and maybe people. I don't know. I wasn't in the live stream, but maybe people on the live stream were encouraging it too. I wouldn't tell my friend or encourage them to do that. I wouldn't encourage my child to do that. You know, and definitely he didn't deserve to die either. I don't think. You know, unless he was firing back. If it comes out with proof that he was firing back, then that's another thing. But anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Peace. Take care of yourselves.